Hi everybody, this is for the week of May 11th for my pre-primary kiddos. That's my kiddos that are about 18 months to 3. And we're going to be doing these two projects. They're both done with paint. This one has some crayon in it as well. So you basically need a lot of the same materials for this. So let me go over all the materials we're going to need for both of these projects and then we can go ahead and get started, okay? So if we're doing this one, you're going to need just a piece of white construction paper or printer paper. That will work fine. You're going to need a paper plate. You're going to need 2 colors of your hand paint. Okay, so any 2 colors that you choose. I'm going to be using yellow and purple for this, but you can use any colors you want. Also a couple crayons, some green and some brown. So that'll be for the leaves and the branch. And you're going to want some little round sponges. So these, I think you can see those. Those would be just like the regular sponges you use in the kitchen. Of course, I would use a new one working with my little ones. And then just cut them into little circles. They can be bigger circles if you want a bigger caterpillar, whatever you really desire. That's perfectly fine. So moms and dads, you're going to be cutting circles. So depending upon how many colors you want to use, I'm going to be using 2 colors, so I just need 2 circles. Okay. Now this one is a flower painting that we did, and we're going to do that using toilet tubes. And please excuse me because apparently I have them over here on this table. I forgot to grab a toilet tube, so I'm going to grab one for you. So you're just going to need a toilet paper tube, okay? And you're going to need the hand paints. So I'm going to be using looks like 4 different colors. So the yellow and the purple that I showed you, and I'm going to use a blue, and I'm also going to use a red when we do that one. So the first project that I'm going to work on is the caterpillar, and then we're going to move to the second project. So let me just move that one out of my way. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do with this one is you're going to want to create a branch. So I would just draw the lines of the branch and then have your kiddos try and color that in, okay? So I'm going to take a brown crayon. It's going to be a little hard for me to use a crayon up here. It doesn't really work well, so I'm just going to put a line and a line. Let me show you, okay? So I'm going to do wherever I want the branch to be. I would just draw a branch, okay? And then have your kiddos try to color those in. So I'm going to go ahead and color mine in. Okay, so they can just do the best they can. All right? The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint my caterpillar with the sponges. And we'll add the leaves after because it'll be a little easier to add the leaves after than it would be to do that before. So using the paper plate, I'm just going to empty the 2 colors onto the plate that I want. So I'm going to pour a little bit of yellow. And then I'm going to pour a little bit of this purple. I'm probably going to make a mess of my hands, but before we do the next one, I think I've got some wipes over here I can use so I can keep going for you. Okay, so I want to start by making the little head part over here. So either, yellow or purple, whatever you choose. I'm going to make mine yellow because after that I use a little marker. You can use a little crayon. You can just draw some little face on them if you want, and it'll be easier to see if it's lighter. This is my sponge, right? It was a regular sponge. There's that hard, scratchy side, and then there's a side that would be nice and soft. So I'm going to use the soft side and just dip it in the paint and then just place it right there. There you go. So that'll be where the head goes, okay? So I'm just going to alternate. Now I want a purple one. So I can just set the sponge down by the paint on the plate and then just put, okay, I want a purple one now. Oops. All right. So I'm going to go back and forth using the 2 different colors to create my caterpillar. You can put a couple caterpillars if you want. You don't have to just put one. It's up to you. You can make him wiggly. He doesn't have to just be straight line. You can make him go up. Mine went up a little bit on my first one, so I'm going to try and go up a little bit on this one. Okay. And down. All right, so there you have my caterpillar. So I would wait till that dries, and then you can just take a little marker, put a little smiley face and the 2 little dots for eyes. If you don't know what that looks like, let me show you with this one. I just came back with a little marker and just whoop, a little line and that's for the eyes. Okay, so we'll let that dry. All right, So after yours is dry, you can have your kiddos make the leaves. You can try and teach them shapes. It's sort of like a triangle, so just put, but it's like a rounded triangle. So it's like round, it comes to a point, round, around, comes to a point. Okay, so that's how you draw it, and then you color it in. So I would just add some leaves, have them colored in wherever you think you might like some leaves. This is a good time for them to practice coloring in. Okay, you can also use a watercolor or something if you want to have them try to paint it in. It's really kind of up to you. One over there. All right. So there you have it. Your little caterpillar. I can't say that, can I? Caterpillar on a branch. So a little face over there, or even over here, whichever way you wish. And that will be that for that project. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to do our flowers using our toilet paper tube, which everybody should have at home. So I'm going to grab some. You can use printer paper or white construction paper, whatever's easiest for you. And we're going to pour the paint out on the plate. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I have some wipes here because you're going to have to probably wipe it. You might want to have some, like a damp paper towel nearby to kind of wipe off your tube as you go, okay? All right, so I'm going to move these little sponges out of the way. We're going to use all the colors. We're going to use yellow. We're going to use purple. So I'm just going to keep using that paper plate that I have. And red and blue also. So I'm going to add some red and blue on my paper plate. And blue. Now what I did first was I used the yellow to make the middles of my flowers. And I did that first and then had the kids put the petals all around. Let me show you what I mean. So it might help you to take your yellow or whatever color you want to use in the middle of the flowers and do some of those first and let it dry and then come back over and then you can do the leaves. You can even do this in several steps and allowing all the different colors to dry so that way you can make it really neat when they layer on top of each other and they won't be all muddy. Okay, but I'm just going to do this all at once for you so you can see how to do it. So I'm just going to dip my end of my tube right into paint. I got yellow paint, so I'm going to just make I think 4 middles to my flower, just like that, okay? Now I want to change my color. So you might want to take a paper towel or what you have or wet wipe. And I'm just going to wipe it off just a little bit so that way I can change it to another color. Okay, so I think I'm going to use some blue now. So I'm going to dip my tube again. And then I kind of squeeze it a little bit to make it more of a little petal shape. So you can have them squeeze it. They can practice squeezing it. It's really good for their fine motor skills. And then tap. Okay, so this would be flat in front of them, of course, like that. And just have them tap it, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to make a blue one, and then I'll wipe it off, and then I'll make some other color ones also. So now I've got a blue one. That's pretty cool. I've got my little wet wipe over here. These work pretty good, it seems. Now I'm going to get some red and have them practice learning their colors and telling you what those colors are that you're using. And you can make, if you have a lot of colors and you want to make several of these, you can do that also. Or maybe even a rainbow colored flower. So you're using different colors on one flower. There you go, there's 2. Wipe it off again. And I have some purple left and I have some yellow left. What I think I'll do is I'll make a purple one and then another red one. That would look pretty, I think so. Okay. These are fun. The kiddos like to grab onto stuff and try to paint with them. There's so many fun things you can use to paint with. I've done celery painting with the kids. Those like really cute little flowers. You use little pieces of celery. We've done the apple print, so that was fun. You can paint with leaves, paint with feathers. We've got some fun things coming up for you next week that they'll be painting with some things, so I'm sure they'll enjoy that as well. I'm going to do one more flower, and I'm going to use red. So I'm going to have 2 red ones. Kids can count the petals as they do them or count the flowers when you're done. Those are all fun things that you can do with them while you're making these kinds of things. So there you go. There we've got nice flowers. So we have our flowers and we have our cute little caterpillar. Thanks for joining me this week, and we'll see you again next week. And that will be the last week of the school year. So that's going to be super cool. So join us for that. See you then.